Sometimes when teaching English you have to improvise. Classes change, schedules get messed up, and you find yourself with no lesson plan and no prepared materials. What do? Well, if you have some of these things in your bag, you'll always have something to do in your classes. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video we're going to look at 5 things you can take with you wherever you go so you're ready for anything. They're all small and lightweight with plenty of uses whether you're a private tutor or teaching large groups. So let's get to it. Number 1 is a deck of playing cards. This is the deck of cards I take with me to every class. It's seen nearly 3 years of regular service, passing through the sticky, brutal hands of hundreds of children, outlasting the original box, but still providing the basis for loads of games and activities. Go fish, horse race, higher or lower, negotiation, randomly selecting students, doing magic tricks, these are all things I've done with this single deck. Oh, and it cost me €1. That's the best investment I've ever made in any classroom resource. I've written an article on my website, enchantedesl.com, explaining 9 different uses for playing cards. You can find the link to that in the description below. And in the future, I'll make a video with my favourite games and activities with cards. And when that's ready, it'll be up there. Number 2 is dry erase pockets. These are a must for private classes and small groups. When I go to a student's house to teach them there, I don't have a whiteboard with me, so I just use one of these instead. And you can hand them out to students to use as their own mini whiteboards. This allows them to play games like Say and Draw, Stop and Bingo, as well as do creative writing and other expressive activities. All this without wasting paper. I put a blank sheet inside, but you could also put in a worksheet for repeated use. If you have a class of 10 or more, you won't want to carry one around for each student because stacked together, they're quite thick and heavy. But it's always good to have a few in your bag for emergencies, and with small groups, I think they're absolutely necessary. The third item is a soft ball. I carry around a small juggling ball like this one. It's soft and small enough that you can use it with all ages, and there's loads of different things you can do with it. You can use it as a token to indicate whose turn it is, throw it back and forth to ask and answer questions, play pass the bomb, or even use it in word basketball to throw into an empty bin or box. Now, I wouldn't use a tennis ball or a bouncy rubber ball because they introduce too much chaos into the classroom, and they can get lost or they can hurt someone. However, if you don't want to use a ball, a beanbag is a good alternative. If you're finding the video helpful, hit the like button to help the channel grow. Thanks. Number 4 is dice. Like playing cards earlier, dice are the basis of countless games and activities. I always carry around a set of role-playing dice because first, they're really cool, and more importantly, there's a variety of sizes. You can use them to randomly pick students, or you can improvise a game, like you roll the dice, and that number is how many words of a category you have to say. In a few of my classes, we actually play tabletop role-playing games, so these dice are essential. And you can get slightly bigger foam ones too, which you can use with smaller children and even outside. The last item you should have is a set of flashcards. Now, if you have flashcards for every word your students know, then you'll need an extra bag. Instead, I recommend choosing a selection of interesting and challenging words that you can take around with you everywhere. Then if you find yourself having to improvise, you can bust them out in one of many flashcard games and activities. And don't think you have to buy expensive sets of flashcards. I make my own. I get some of these A5 plastic wallets and print an A4 sheet with one half a picture and the other half a word. And then you can fold them in half and slot them inside. Or if you prefer, have one half blank and the other half with a picture and the word. Then you can play Swap the Word, Pairs, What's Changed, Circle Chaos, and many other games. For a list of 9 great flashcard ideas, head over to my article on enchantedesl.com, link in the description. One item I haven't mentioned is your phone or tablet. I use my iPad in every class because it has so many brilliant apps. Many of these apps are free and you can't do without them. So check out this video where I explain what they are and how I use them in my classes. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL, wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. See ya!